This class is a combination of Yin Yoga and Somatics. Yin Yoga targets the connective tissues of the body and helps to keep the energy meridians which flow through them open. Yin Yoga involves coming into a still posture or shape and then holding it for a period of time and allowing yourself to melt into the position. The time period is usually for around 10 breaths or up to 20 minutes. Somatics means how you feel within your body. And the practice of somatics involves slow, gentle, easy, and safe movements within a comfortable range of motion. This practice targets the muscles to reset their resting tone. Over the course of our days, our muscles can become tight through our habitual or stressful experiences, as well as from trauma. These muscular habits can result in pain and tension which need to be addressed at the neuromuscular level. The process used to re-educate the muscles is called pandiculation and involves a 3-step protocol: muscular engagement, slow release, and then complete relaxation. All of the movements in somatics are done slowly and with complete attention. So both the yin and somatics practices are as much an attitude as a particular style or approach, and both involve complete focus on the sensations that arise. Approach the whole practice with mindfulness and self-compassion. So beginning our practice with Soma Scan, lying on the floor, on a blanket, yoga mat, so that you can feel the support of the floor completely. If possible, extend your legs out along the floor. But if this creates tension within your low back, you can also choose to bend your knees and stand your feet on the floor. So with the eyes closed to minimize input of sensations, bring the awareness to the points of contact between your body and the floor. Feel your heels resting on the floor. Does one side feel different than the other? Heavier, resting on a different part of the foot as compared to the other? Does it feel different in some way? And then let your awareness drift up to the knees. Is one knee turned out more or in than the other? Does one side feel different than the other? And then let your awareness travel up the thighs to the pelvis and feel your pelvis resting on the floor. Does one side feel heavier, different in some way as compared to the other side of the pelvis? And then let your awareness move upwards into the torso, into the shoulder girdle region. Feel your shoulder blades resting on the floor. Does one side feel different, heavier, resting on a different part of the shoulder blade as compared to the other? Is one side in any way, does it feel different than the other side? And feel your neck and your head resting on the floor. And does it feel like you're resting on the back of the center of the head, on the occiput, or further up the head so that your chin is jutting up towards the ceiling? Does it feel like your head is wanting to turn in one direction compared to the other side? And then bring the awareness to the face. Let the forehead and the eyes soften, the jaw relax, and begin to very slowly roll your head towards the left, and then back to center, towards the right, Just very slowly rolling the head from side to side. Just getting a sense of how it feels from the inside. Does your head move more easily in one direction as compared to the other? And then as you roll your head from side to side, bring the awareness to your jaw. And as your head rolls towards the right, does it feel like your jaw is also falling slightly towards the right? And as you bring your head back to center, the jaw recenters itself, head rolls in the other direction. And is there some movement of the jaw? Or are you subconsciously holding the jaw in position? See if you can just let all muscular effort go as much as possible while becoming more and more aware of any tensions that you might be holding. And when your head comes back to rest in center, allow your awareness to move down to the arms. Notice the position of the arms. Does it feel like your arms are resting symmetrically on either side of the body? Are they resting in close to your side waistline or further away? Is one palm and arm turned upwards towards the ceiling more than the other side? So just get a sense of really noticing what your experience is of your body without judgment. And if you do notice there's some differences, one side as compared to the other, then just think, well, that's interesting. There's no need to analyze or judge. It's just really a matter of exploration here. So let your awareness come all the way back down now to your feet, to your left leg, and begin to just easily roll that whole left leg inwards so the foot turns more pigeon-toed, and then allow your leg to just slowly come back to where it started. It's just a nice, easy exploration. And we'll do that once more, rolling that left leg inwards. Notice all of the sensations that arise from the foot all the way upwards towards the pelvis. And then notice all the muscular release as you allow your leg to come back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side now. So notice, are the sensations that arise on this side similar, or is it quite a different experience this side of the body as compared to the other? Let's completely relax and just feel both legs now. And then coming back to the left leg, let's let that whole leg fall so that the pinky toe side of the foot is closer to the floor. We'll bend that knee up and slide the leg slowly up into position so the foot comes to stand on the floor. And then do the same with the other side. This position is called constructive rest position and is very soothing to the nervous system and very relaxing to our deep core stabilizing muscles. So bring the hands now to rest onto the lower belly. Just below the navel. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and imagine the breath flowing all the way down the front surface of the spine, all the way down into the bowl of the pelvis. And then on the exhalation, that breath is flowing upwards along that front surface of the spine. We'll do this again, breathing in, letting the breath flow all the way down into the pelvis. And you may feel your belly rise under the hands. the top of the inhalation, and as you exhale, the hands move downwards. So imagining that there's a big balloon inside the belly, and as you breathe in, that balloon expands under the hands. And as you exhale, that balloon deflates. And you might even like to allow your fingers to reflect your inner experience, so that as you inhale and the balloon in the belly expands, that you might even spread your fingers apart slightly, so that it reflects the movement of the muscle fibers opening, and then as you exhale, the fingers close and contract together as the muscle fibers of the belly do. So just a couple more times, just breathing in a feeling of expansiveness and release, and then exhaling and feeling the belly contracting under the hands. Once more, letting the belly completely relax and expand on the inhalation, and then with the exhalation there's that gentle contraction. Allow your belly and your breath to relax completely. And now bring your hands to the waistline so that the fingers span towards the front of your torso and the thumbs towards the back. So this is called the somatic center, and the area of the body from which we are meant to move. So now we're going to be working with arch and flatten movements. So feeling your sacrum, the base of the spine, resting on the floor. I'd like you to inhale into the belly, and as you inhale into the belly, allow your pelvis to roll towards the tailbone, creating a gentle arching in the low back region. On the exhalation, allow your pelvis to roll back to the starting point, and so does the spine come back to where it started. So we'll just do a couple more of the arching movements, inhaling, relaxing and expanding the belly as the pelvis rolls towards the tailbone. Feel the muscles gently contracting in the low back region, and then as you allow your spine to come back to neutral, those muscles alongside the spine are also relaxing. One more time now, inhaling and relaxing into the belly as the pelvis rolls and the muscles alongside the spine contract gently. And then feel those muscles alongside the spine releasing, and then take a moment to completely relax. This is the arch phase of the whole movement, and now we'll work with the flatten. So breathing into the belly. On the exhalation, draw the belly in towards the spine, hollow the belly, and allow your low back to gently melt into the support of the floor. Lengthen into the support of the floor. And then very, very slowly release the belly muscles and allow the spine to come back to its neutral starting point. The next inhalation, allow the belly to expand. On the exhalation, the belly draws in towards the spine, so you're contracting the belly and allowing the low back to lengthen and relax along the floor, gently flatten into the floor. And then a very slow release, letting the belly relax and the spine come back to neutral. Do that one more time so you can really get a sense of the whole movement. Inhaling, relaxing. Exhaling and flattening. And coming back to neutral. Do you get a sense that one of those parts of the movement is easier for you, more familiar territory? Is it more familiar for you to arch your low back or contract your belly? And now let's just do a few, putting the whole movement together. And I'd like you to really be aware of that when you're going through the neutral point. So breathing in expansiveness into the belly, gently rolling the pelvis towards the tailbone, arching the low back, feeling that muscular action in the low back region. Slowly, slowly releasing. It's through the slow release that the neuromuscular re-education takes place. And then very gently flattening the low back into the floor, hollowing the belly. So the belly contracts to allow the low back to relax. With your own breath, moving through the neutral into the full inhalation and the arch. On the exhalation, that awareness of going through neutral and moving into the contraction of the belly, which supports the release of the back. So just do this a couple of more times so that each subsequent effort is a little easier, a little less effortful than the one before. And that's physically effortful as well as mentally. And as you allow your spine, the base of your spine, to move in this arching and flattening movement, notice if your head is also moving. The whole spine is connected. So that as you move the base of your spine, there could be a resulting movement at the top of the spine. And this is called arch and flatten with nodding head, and is a really wonderful movement to flex and extend the whole length of the spine. If you have time for only one somatic movement in the course of your day, this is a really wonderful reset. We're taking a nice inhalation in through the nose now, out through the mouth. Allow your arms to come down to your sides. Extend your legs out along the floor, one at a time. And notice how you feel